Hey guys, and well, Friends with Magic is back. Yeah, for some reason they uploaded 2 episodes this Saturday. I wonder if that's gonna be a theme now. Oh well, so we have episode 14 and 15 here, as well as episode 18. I don't have episode 18 yet. I'm gonna find out to watch that one until it actually airs. But I have right here on my laptop episode 15 and episode 14. So without further ado, let's begin episode 14. A matter of principles, I want to say. Yeah, I saw an interesting thumbnail when I was downloading this off of YouTube. Should be interesting. Best way if I turn out to be wrong.
Who can tell me what these are? Whoa. Your treasure? Nope! They're all legendary magical artifacts! I've read ahead in Equestrian Cultures and Camaraderie, Volume 7.
You're gonna be Twilight's favorite, aren't you?
The Amulet of Aurora, the Talisman of Mirage, the Helm of Yixler, the Crown of Grover, Knuckerbocker's
Grover?
and Clover the Clever's cloak. And
Oh, Clover the Feather's throat!
not that I...
Ah,
Princess
okay.
Celestia gifted these to our school, since they each represent one of the cultures our students...
Wait a minute.
And
Are those real?
with a
The real artifacts?
Is
Oh
that
boy.
a pony thing?
Oh boy.
It's a magical scavenger hunt. Each of you will work in pairs to try to find where in the school these artifacts are hidden.
The team that finds most wins a private tour of the Canterlot Archive.
You hear the valuable ancient artifacts?
Learning and fun?
Can any of them be used for evil?
Dallas and Silverstream? Sounds like you're our first pair. What? They'll make a great team. Why pony glowing?
Oh, Tuning map! Oh! Talk about the map!
Wait, you all were called on this friendship quest too? It must be a really
Huh.
fun one.
Not an open door for now to the season.
Just getting there will take days.
Don't know
Unless you get destroyed.
be any teachers
Be about to say blinked and appear there to fin there. Wait, what did she say? I heard myself talking and I didn't hear what Applejack said. I do wonder why Freddy Bell does that Ben Matt and Sugar Bell, and it's sad. I'm not sure why they animated her like that. Thirsty. Is the audio sped up a little bit? I'm not sure. So, where are they going?
Should we send our students home? I say we take them with us. Round trip. Middle of my friend's
Unless the map told them to, I don't think that would be a good idea.
finished seams.
Problem is, we don't even know how long we'll be gone.
Don't worry, every pony. I already have a 70-point plan in place for this very situation.
Of course.
You want me to be head mare? You're the perfect choice.
Wait,
You're a good leader
wait.
and an expert in friendship.
Are we gonna see them missing in another episode?
That's a pretty big responsibility, Twilight.
That'll be the first time the show done that.
Which is why I prepared.
Oh
everything.
god, you're making Starlight head of the stew?
The curriculum, rules
You guys wanna bet by the time I see this bad,
menus for the next 6
there'll be
months.
equal marks all over the place.
Months? You're not really gonna be gone that long, are you?
And Spike. Anything that isn't covered in my files, he'll be able to help.
And why not put
A,
me in charge?
you can teleport. B, get this took to magically teleport you there.
I'm gonna pretend
I
that.
mean, seriously, all Bite had to do was just call this toad's name. Looked at the way Captain was, and BAM! He appeared right there! I'm pretty sure Featherside didn't appear by calling his name.
What could possibly go
Seriously,
wrong?
had Featherside told this to it, should be still another 1 second.
Goodbye, Rarity!
And if it's
Ah, Spite. There's this toilet. I saw him in that thumbnail.
I just go to pieces.
Discord. What a nice surprise. This is your first.
I really don't know what that thumbnail was, but
Was I not invited to the grand opening? Friends and Family Day, Baccalaureate? I hadn't noticed.
oh God,
Well, at
is
least
he
you
gonna take part in the school?
why are you here?
Okay, he's gonna be the best substitute teacher ever.
I seem to recall a whole song about how this school is where you make your own rules. Now, who better at that than me?
Then you also must have heard Starlight is in charge now.
Really? I thought there must be some mistake.
Nope. Twilight picked me for the job, and she left pretty detailed instructions for me to follow.
Well, I'm sure that she wouldn't mind if I made a few tiny suggestions. Item 1, gravity is optional.
Seriously, best substitute teacher, period. Oh, sweet Lord.
Item 3.
Please, get rid of that.
Twilight, I'd handle this her way, so thanks.
And Pumpkin Tank's definitely gonna make the habit of doing that to herself.
Well, we'll see.
To herself, to levitate herself. Season 2.
Uh-oh. When we play Ogres and Oubliettes and he puts that many E's and really, things don't usually end well.
Don't worry, Spike. Discord and I are old Save Equestria.
Oh yeah, since you can fly now, how is that gonna affect your character in that game? Oh God. Burn up in the sun, please.
I hid the artifacts for the Spellbinger hunt and ordered school
So,
supplies.
Clover the Clever's throat.
Is teaching class.
Thanks, Spike.
Huh.
Maybe we will get through this okay.
Are we gonna see the founders of Equestria? Did they... Season 7 was talking about the pillars of Equestria,
Twitter mites.
and in season finale, they all appeared in present. So since they made it seem the founders of Equestria, since we're putting here we saw a picture of, so Clover's throat, are we gonna see them by the end of the season?
By the way, I hope
And I saw that thumbnail too.
I got a month's supply for this.
Twilight's hair is... Okay, you wanna bet Twilight is now bald because this turret magically took her mane?
We'll take it from here, Discord. Go relax. Have a cup of tea at home.
I'm reminded of that episode of Gumball.
All those substitute teachers for you.
The more you refuse his help, the worse this is gonna get.
And it was next on our to-do list.
Just make them into a substitute teacher. Let them teach the class.
They call it making friends because you have to make creatures be your friends.
Okay.
Be my friend.
If you're quiet, I don't buy it.
Be my friend.
I've heard pudding that's more convincing.
Is that really Iron Will?
Be my friend.
No.
That's not how Twilight teaches friendship.
Okay, so that was really Iron Will. What the?
Some field trip. Where's my iced tea? This is too cold. Now it's too hot. Now it's too tea flavored. You call yourselves friends?
Oh boy.
Not how Twilight teaches friendship.
Is he mentioned? Oh my God! What is that doing in there?
You hired a tree as a teacher?
It's scheduled.
Yeah, he's Discord. He can make it alive.
That's not just any tree. It's a
Pause mode. I named this honey Pokemon after her.
It's gonna be okay.
Pretty sure I saw that at the beginning. Iron well, you're gonna get up to commit murder if that keeps happening.
Over your head. Won't Twilight be so disappointed with how you're running her school?
You're messing with her on purpose. Discord, you don't know who you're messing with.
Discord, this is all your fault.
Mine?
Well, not hire yourself as a teacher, Discord. Did you do that?
Kitchen if you need me.
Oh, if Twilight immediately say no.
Happy now?
Come on, Discord.
I am expecting fan out of that.
Fine. From now on, I won't try to help at all.
Thanks, Spike. Let's just hope he stays gone.
I wouldn't count on it. I think Discord's trying to test you.
But why?
Test?
Friends.
Well, it's kind of what he does.
Well, yeah, that would be his character.
I told Twilight I'd run her school right.
Remember Face the Cloud?
No matter what.
Nice painting. Oh, yeah, what is he gonna do?
Good morning, students.
That thing's still there.
Oh!
Oh!
Since the professors left for their
Fishfire, Fritzy, and Maud.
New teachers. And now everything should run smoothly.
Fritzy's
Now
gonna
it's time
go up
to
the
learn.
range, ain't
And
she?
don't forget, this afternoon is the Spellbinger Hunt.
Davin Hunt.
Yo! Greetings, fellow creatures. Is this seat taken?
Welcome, class. You may call me the great and powerful Professor Trick.
Shh. Really? That's so inconsiderate. Oh, I better take this. Hello? He did not.
Discord,
say.
why are you doing this to Fritzy? You're supposed to be friends.
Why are you here?
Why, I'm a student of friendship, of course. Unless you don't think you're good enough to...
Wait, are you supposed to be red?
Of course I am.
Oh, what is he referring to that get up?
Magic is the most important.
You know, that's a good person.
So today,
Should Discord attend this too?
and powerful Trixie will put on a magic.
Why does your tail disappear when you're wearing that tape? Dopey? Oh my god! Now that is gold worthy!
You?
You deserve a golden medal. Okay.
Hello? What exactly is a long distance plan?
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, Fitfire's gonna murder him, but I think Maud is gonna...
Just finished Professor Spitfire's work.
Nobody's even gonna remember his name after he messes with Maud. Oh, you fought the Bud Bear back? Who's Bomb Bomb when you need her?
This is great.
Well, they're running.
We need a break.
Friendship is about honesty, so believe me when I say... We're not stopping!
Fiona, can't run faster.
Aww.
Discord, that's enough. Endangering students crosses the line. I don't know why you're trying to ruin this school, but it stops now.
You're not wanting potential in naysay, are you?
This is your last warning.
Hey, take it easy, Starlight. Discord's your friend, remember?
Well, he's not acting like it.
She's right, Discord. What's your problem?
My problem? How is the fact that Twilight decided to put an incompetent, power-hungry unicorn in charge of her school my problem?
Well.
Oh, damn. It's Kyoto.
Don't worry. I just banished him from school grounds forever. He's Fine.
That probably made things worse. Why didn't you just talk to Discord?
Because he's right about one thing. I've been doing a terrible job as head mayor.
Huh.
Discord is just being...
Would the map told somebody about this?
Being in charge bothers him so much.
We can figure that out after the Spellbinder hunt. Come on!
So you just banished him from this dude's realm. Is that what you did?
For this afternoon's Spellbinder hunt, you'll need to use the artifact's history to find where they're hidden in the castle.
Oh.
When you spot one, touch it with a magic shield to keep track of your score.
Twilight
Magic
was
shit.
her hunt partners before she left.
You're making magical technology? Awesome!
Ready, set, Spellbinder hunt!
At least the items are in the stew.
We can use Twilight's observatory to watch the teams.
Wait, I let you have a magical orb to spy on everybody. I don't know how to even watch them.
Helm of Yixler. Works for me.
Oh, those statues.
Yixler was an honorable
They meant to took those from the other show and we painted them.
Their weapons in peace. I think his artifact must be in one of these suits of armor.
There it is.
I'm guessing that one. Yes! 1 down, 5 to go.
You guys are awesome.
Aww, a Celicin smolder.
Oh
feather.
god, you are spying on them.
Wait, what's that?
Uh-oh.
I don't think that's part of the Spellbinder hunt. The school is haunted. Not cool. We're totally gonna win this Spellbinder hunt.
Yeah, I doubt that. But at least I know where one of the artifacts is. Saw Spike hiding yesterday.
Sauce by Teddy. Oh!
The Crown of Grover! Score!
Ah!
Saves
Griffins.
magic, and King Grover used it to become the first ruler of Griffinstone. I know. Pretty sweet, right?
You paid attention in class.
I see the helmet on that.
Never tell any- Whoa!
3D painting.
Oh, Shane Sing painting. That's a Shane Sing artifact? Shane Sing's a magical artifact.
Yeah, that's definitely Discord. This is not good.
I thought you banished him from the school.
Only his body. Apparently his ghost can come and go just fine. Let's go. We have to stop this.
He's a ghost?
How?
He's a ghost.
Yes, but I don't think magic is the answer against this.
Oh my god.
I'm not.
She killed him. She actually flat out murdered him.
What you wanna look for?
The shell of Knuckerbocker. It's like a sea
Oh man.
to it. You
That
climb
got
the
dark.
There's a sweet poem in her book about it. Climb to the heights with dragon flight. Like flight of stairs.
You wanna take pony word for it? Huh?
What's happening?
Yona not know, but Yona do know. Yona not like Spellbinder hunt.
There's the magical artifact. And your turn says when they say we're back up.
Every creature stop!
Seriously, if he saw that right now, yeah, no matter what Father would do.
Said Mayor Starlight, look at me, look. I won the Spellbinder hunt. Well done, me. Now, what's my prize?
Detention.
Well, that's disappointing.
Discord, you can't keep messing up the school.
On the contrary, I think I rather can and will.
Then I have just one thing to say to you.
Well, do go on.
I'm sorry.
What?
I had to stop thinking like a head mayor and start thinking like a guidance counselor to finally understand. You felt left out.
I don't know what you're getting at.
No pony ever invited you to the school, and when you offered to help, I didn't listen. I was so worried about doing things Twilight's way, I didn't stop to think about being a good friend. I'd like to apologize for that. And offer you the job of vice head mayor.
Huh?
Really?
Vice head.
No, totally confused.
I accept. I mean, I suppose I can find some time in the schedule to help you out.
What would Fluorite say to that choice? Was he immediately fired him? Or what?
Next time you want something...
Seriously, I don't know what that same scene on the fact does.
But then we'd miss out on all those delightful misadventures.
Hey! Watch the wings!
Now, Vice Head Mayor Discord, if you'll help me get the Spellvenger line back in order...
Vice Head Mayor Discord.
Everything is rewritten. Oh, well, with a few surprises.
Oh, that bad.
I can't believe you tricked us into going on a friendship quest that wasn't real.
Oh, back so soon.
A glamour spell on our cutie marks.
A fake summons from the map? Hey, at least we got to go spelunking in that really creepy cave with all those eyeless worm creatures chasing us. Oh, Jonas!
You went to FIM?
Y'all get the feeling we missed something?
Thanks for taking care of the school stuff.
Huh.
It was a
So
challenge,
Discord and Fate
I think things turned out just the way
being told about the map.
Guess this means you're not vice head mayor anymore.
Oh, pooh. I just ordered business cards.
Okay, so there goes that episode. So, Discord... Okay, so that's one note that I need to do. Okay, there's one thing I want to look at right foot. If I can find it. Seriously, she killed Discord. I completely forgot about that. Okay, I'm just looking. Mute this for a moment. Where's that being? Okay, that same scene right there. A same scene wearing a hood, holding that purple staff. A, I don't know who that same scene is. B, Crystal's father? Grandfather? Her mother? So many questions. Who is that same scene? And what does that artifact do? Maybe it opened portals to different dimensions. Maybe it separates the spirit from the body. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with its substance, since them and Beatles kinda had a thing going on in that era. Well, that would actually make sense, as well, Somnambula, one of the pillars of the first realm, basically comes from Aesop. Okay, at about 60 minutes 23 seconds, I'm seeing one of the paintings that came to life. It looks like that to be Clover the Clever, because I'm pretty sure that's her robe. But man, I don't know about that mane. She looks like Fluttershy, actually. Huh. But yeah, if that's what she looked like. Seriously, she reminds me of Dwactwell with that hair. So, are we gonna see the founders of Equestria? Actually, that would make sense. Because at the start of this season, Celestia actually flat out said that the herd's name of the stew is basically what the Raiders of the Ponies went through, or Unicorn Pegasus. They pretty much did not get along, had a lot of trouble, but they came together, founded the Equestria. So, yeah. I'm gonna say that those followers of Refrigerator are gonna show up at the end of this season. I just feel that's what they're doing. We saw Puddinghead. Now we see Clover the Forever if that painting is her. And the whole theme parallels. I'm gonna need to think on this, but I'll see you guys in a few seconds with my, afterthoughts, but yeah, that's a good feeling. I wonder if somebody already talked about it. Oh well. See you back in a few minutes. Starlight killed Distort. My God. Okay, so she killed him. He came back as a ghost. She said his ghost. And she brought him back to life. Distort is Frankenstein? Will not be surprised. See you again in a few seconds. Hey guys, and I'm back to do my afterthoughts for this episode. First, let me say that if you hear loud noises, it's my mom staring at her TV. I don't know what that guy did on Plot is right, but man, she got excited. Secondly, I have no idea what this episode is really labeled as. Matter of Principles. The Wikipedia says it's episode 15 of season 8. But a lot of people on YouTube, Applegate included, has it at episode 14. And then, when I was looking on the diet earlier to see how many new episodes we're getting tomorrow, we're getting one new episode tomorrow. Thank God. And for some reason, the dot on the TV has this episode, A Matter of Principles, as episode 16. What number is this episode? Is it 14, 15, or 16? Nobody knows. The TV says 16, Wikipedia 15, everybody else says it's 14. My God. This is what we get for having episodes aired early. Yeah. I think some of the confusion is mostly coming from a Lat-related episode. I really cannot pronounce its name, but an episode involving Pinkie Pie that was aired early for, I want to say, a con, a festival event. Anyways, that PD episode is episode 18. So, is it episode 18 or 16? I want to say 18. But anyways, I don't know where all this confusion is coming from. But, for the sake of argument, I'm going to say this is episode 14. But, whenever we find out what episode number it fully is, I will update that in the title. So, that aside, let me talk about the episode. Firstly, let me say this. Distort's behavior, I really had no problem with. Mostly. You have to keep in mind that this is Distort. When Freeherder, was first introduced, Distort was so concerned about using Furthersight to her that he did everything he could to, well, I don't know. I think he tried to make Furthersight jealous, but ultimately, he tried to bend his Freeherder to another dimension. Distort needs to go to the first doors now. Instead of open up portals, just like Sci-Fi Light did, he needs to go there. Hey, that one needs a Distort too, doesn't it? Anyways, so Distort's behavior is pretty much in character to a point. But I kinda agree that he might have went over the line in this episode. Any other time he acted out like this, it was mostly due to something with Fluttershy. Or to teach a lesson. You remember when he taught Friday a couple things? Most importantly, the What About Discord episode. And, yes, he knew very well what was going on in the season 4 opener, but he let Friday and friends figure it out themselves and actually grew a little bit together. They learned some things. Anyways, Discord has a reason behind what he does now. It's either to help somebody learn an important lesson, although the way he teaches his lesson is sometimes a bit much, or it's something related to Fluttershy that causing him to act out. In this episode, he just wanted to help at the stew. Now, he's kind of... I would give him that since nobody bothered to ask him about the stew, he felt left out and just wanted to take part. But why would he face a 2D map mission? Let me bring up a question here. When did the Mean6 find out Discord tricked them? I kind of wish we saw what they went through on that faked mission. I mean, I guess maybe Fluttershy could have figured it out. Maybe they saw the window on their 2D mods. I don't know. But how did they figure out Discord was behind it? And more importantly, when and how? I don't want to know how they figured it out. I mean, they probably should have thought at first that maybe the map had another glitch, because they had to fix it in the previous season with the help of Starlight. So, I don't know, this is, from our point of view, they immediately suspected Discord. Nope, they knew flat out it was him. But, maybe they didn't know that at first, and we probably would never know. Although those Irish ones Pink Diva talked about reminds me of a certain movie called FIM, and my god, I want to see that. Anyways, Discord faking a 2D map mission just to get the Mean6 out of the picture for a while. And, well, he started messing with Starlight. He started messing with her to the point he was basically... You remember what I said in the reaction? If Central Naysay shows this point to show up, he will have all the evidence he needs to shut down the stew. So Discord is bloody lucky Central Naysay did not pop up. Or he could have been why they lost the stew, and yeah, he would have been turned to stone for that. Anyways, it themed Discord's winning this episode. He was pretty much tossing harm. I mean, no joke. That bugbear thing, that was definitely over the freaking line. I mean, that bugbear was chasing the students, and featured it had the intent to harm. And if one of the students, let's say, fell down, yeah, this could really be in trouble for causing harm to a student. Borderline, probably near death. Considering how dangerous that bugbear would have to be. I mean, Bonbon had to go into hiding. The Mean6 spent an entire episode in the background fighting the darn thing. So, yeah, that bugbear over the line gets to it. That is where I cross it. And Petalry saw that too. It was nice to see Discord messing around and bringing Iron Will back. in 20. But, yeah. You know, maybe if Destroy was revealed at the end that he was trying to help Starlight. Let me explain what I mean by that after a sip of coffee. Destroyed in this episode, the most retards such chaotic mayhem that the students were pretty much not happy. And he was basically entering Starlight. Pretty much. But he and Starlight are supposed to be friends. Now, him and Fritzy, I understand because they wouldn't exactly, well, connecting in that one episode. But they'll have to be friends. Maybe if Destroy's intention was to help Starlight to, well, keep her hoof down. I mean, being the head male or principal, being in charge of so many people, that takes dedication, and sometimes you don't have to do things you do not want to do. So, maybe if Ditto was helping her to, you know, to do something she didn't want to do, to, at the end, Starlight says she had to stop dating at the head mayor and start dating as a friend. Well, counselor, actually. That policy was a bit sudden. And Starlight really does make a good, you know, friendship counselor. That she knows her fellow problems. But dating as a head male really was not a problem. It was just Distort not getting his way and basically making things so difficult, Starlight killed him. I do not care what you say. We did not see what happened to his body. Starlight actually said his dose. His dose! What more dead could he be than that? If you come out as a dose, you are dead. The physical body is unable to enter, you know, lucid framing, basically. Basically, he was killed. He was flat out dead. And you notice when Twilight restored them, the bits of his body just came flying back together. She destroyed his body, but his spirit was intact. I don't think she says she just banished this to it from Studio Rounds. But if that was the case, why did he show up as a dose? And why did the parts of his body come flying back together when she restored them? Kind of reminds me of a royal problem. You know, I want to see Distort tall by the map. My God, why does have Distort tall by the map? And I will too. I want to see what those two do together. Anyways, Distort and Starlight. I had no sorry. I had no problem with how he acted because it's Distort. He kind of does this thing on a daily basis. And I read that some people are saying he should have been kept as a statue. That's a bit too much. I mean, yes, Distort isn't the best of friends, and he made a lot of terrible mistakes, but he's still Distort. He cares now. He helped save the sane scenes. He was to blame for Tillet nearly winning, but he gave Twilight the very last tease he needed to beat Tillet. And Distort is still Distort. But every now and then, his good side does pop up. It says, when he doesn't get his way, that's the problem. Because if he doesn't get his way, he lashes out to get his way. Or it's just for spite. I think this could to do with a couple more episodes to learn some lessons. But I agree with what people say. But I do saw that in his character. But I do have to question, why did he fake a 2D map mission? Did he talk to Twilight off screen and was turned down? He never mentioned that, so we either should assume that he did this without even asking if he could help, which is not a very good thing to paint him in. Or we could assume that he and Twilight did talk about it, but she said no. Although I wonder why he was so mad that Starlight was chosen to be head male with him. So much to the point of, well, poking at her past. I think this was intelligent in this episode, but that, I don't know. That seems to be a theme of this episode. Some characters, mostly Twilight, get so out of character, mostly Twilight, that they just seem true. Again, mostly Twilight. Ugh. Sorry, I'm still a little bit angry at her from that Kitty Moss Crusaders episode. But, yeah. This thought wasn't that true, but he really should not have said what he said to Starlight. That is just not okay, and he deserved to be blasted, but my God, you didn't have to kill him. This thought is now the first and only official zombie of this show. He got killed, came back as a spirit. She told him to Frankenstein by putting his body back together. Ugh. Starlight. It makes sense that Fry would put her in head of this stew. And yeah, she did pretty well in this episode. And if this hadn't, meddled into the affairs, I think she would have done very, very well. But this just showed up and ruined the fun for everybody just because he didn't get his way? I don't know. I surely want to know what caused him to do this. The 2D map mission, and I don't know. Is he still Fi's head male, or with Twilight, as soon as he finds out, immediately fire him? First I needs to stay on him on a daily basis, because without her, this toy was definitely harm somebody. Yeah, he would totally be back to stone by now if it was not for Fur to say. It was nice to see Spite flying. He seemed to be getting more adept at that. Spite is still one of my favorite characters, and it's just good to see him have something new that he enjoys. He has wings now. And there's why my theory of him being a water dragon is now busted. Oh, it makes me mild to see him fly. It's something new. It's growth. It's something that makes his character grow. But I thought if they turned him into a teenager, I don't know. Because he can't date that mom forever. Anyways. I wonder what would have happened if Spike and Discord had more interactions with each other. I'm not sure. But anyways. Oh yes. I don't know if I mentioned this in the reaction, but you remember when I pointed out the painting of Clover the Forever? I'm not entirely sure if that was Clover, but she seems to be wearing the same coat. I am not fond of that mane, by the way. It looks like I don't know. I still don't like how big her mane was, but that was such a pain and we didn't really see it that well. But this is the second time we saw one of the founders to Ephresria. The first time we saw a founder of Ephresria was back in that Kingdom of Crusaders episode. And firstly, since we're putting head, I would not be surprised if she was an actual ancestor of Pinkie Pie. I mean, she was just like Pinkie Pie. I mean, go back in that episode and look. That is pretty much as close of a turtle's team you could get to further side without being a flat-out retarder. But we saw a sense for Puddinghead. Now we saw, for the most part, a glimpse of Clover the Forever, who in no way, shape, or form looks like any of the main six. So it makes me wonder more about that sense of Puddinghead resembling Pinkie Pie. Anyways, Season 7 had an arc where they talked about, lessons of ponies that did great things. The Pillars of Ephresria had episodes focused on them, telling the story about who they are, what they did, and then at the very end of Season 7, we saw them in the present. They were flat out revealed. And now I'm wondering, is Season 8 doing the same thing? I mean, we saw two founders of Ephresria. And in part 2 of the season opener, Celestia made a connection between the three pony tribes of Unicorn and Pegasus, and then she made a parallel to the different races obtaining Twilight Stew, saying that they face a similar problem. So, I have this feeling that if we keep seeing these founders of Ephresria in this season, we're gonna see them at the end of Season 8. Because you have to wonder how they would do that. I mean, I'm pretty sure Twisters might find a way to time travel. Or maybe the founders of Ephresria had something similar happen to them. Pillars of Ephresria got the nimble for 1,000 years. Founders of Ephresria, I don't know what might have happened to them, but it's either going to be time travel, or they were in prison in some fashion themselves. But it's just a feeling. But if we keep seeing the founders of Ephresria, if we keep getting them revealed in still images or any shape or form, I believe we're going to see them for real, eventually. Because it made me wonder if we're going to see their friends. Wait, no? Clover the Forever is one of those friends, because her leader at that time was, I forget her name, but the Princess Rarity portrayed. So, yeah. I really want to know what they're doing with these still images. I guess we just have to wait and see if they keep showing them. But it would be nice to see the founders of Ephresria. I wonder if we're going to see those. Down now. Anyways, the students in this episode, I like the interaction with them. And Osiris is definitely going to be Twilight's favorite student. I mean, the way Osiris had that book in her hooves, talking about how she read ahead, Yeah, you can just see Twilight doing that so well. It's not even a different character at that point. So yeah, Ocelot and Twilight are going to get along quite well. Should she become Twilight's new student? Let's not get ahead of ourselves there. There's a toffee. Anyways, Leona was definitely one of the highlights. She's definitely in my top 3 favorites of the Yun sets. Iron Will has no idea what he is going to unleash. I don't know if he dealt with that before, but seriously, he's gonna reflect Tony Osiris like that more than he would have reflected further side. Because if Osiris, if she kept doing that behavior from Iron Will, yeah, that would not end well. But allegedly, that behavior did not last long, and she was back to her old self in no time. Although she did not like the Dallasher hunt. Oh, distort. They're lashing out for attention, and then there's flat out attempt of murder. Yeah. So, he had a bugbear chasing the unset. He had suits of armor and paintings flat out chasing the students. I don't know if they were actually going to attack them or just scaring them. But then we had Fritzan. Fritzan that if they were sinking more and more into, yeah. Guys, I wouldn't tell Twilight or Fluttershy about what Distort did. Because I'm pretty sure if they find out, yeah, he's gonna be wishing he was a dose at the end. They brought back that Fredden Knees Free. I forget what it's called, but yeah. It's Mulder's Frames. I got the title of those. Yeah. See, is there anything else I can talk about? I really don't know. I just like the interactions with the characters. I like seeing what Distort kept doing, but yeah, he was crossing the line a little bit too much. But alright, pretty much. She warned him. He didn't listen. So he flat out got killed. Why is that so funny to me? I think because, I don't know, it's Distort. Anyways. I like Starlight in this episode. Kind of wish Distort didn't meddle, but he's always entertaining to see. But he still has a lot to learn. So, Twilight has an observatory. Can that telescope see through objects? Or was Starlight just looking through windows? Because that could be a little bit creepy too. Well, apparently Twilight has a place where she can pretty much spy on everybody she wanted to at the stew. Or could it still be on the stew if it's magical to see through the walls? Yeah, I don't know. I wonder who the one that established the hunt. Oh well. The team of Sailors should have been in this episode. Anyways. I really don't know what else to say. I agree quite a bit that Distort crossed the line. But I just enjoyed them a little bit too much to really care. Yeah, what he did was wrong. He almost harmed the students. But it's definitely the big design right there. But again, Starlight killed them. What more punishment did he need? And yeah, what he did when he was seduced and freely went in his right. He was killed. If you want to make a theory as to how he came back as a doge and not be dead, I will be glad to hear that. But anyways, he was just getting payback for what Starlight did to him. Doesn't excuse what he did before that, but we just have to wait and see if he has any focus episodes this season. Because he has a lot to learn. Anyways, it was nice to see the cameos. Although I wonder what Spitfire put the students through. I'm pretty sure it would have been harsh. And I want to know what Maud did. Maud was a substitute teacher. What did she teach? Something about watch, maybe? If so, I would love to see that. Anyways. Oh yeah. The phone in the shape of a banana. Two things about that. One, that was a nice, hilarious bit. Using a banana as a phone. Secondly, does that confirm that phones do exist in the fresh reality? I mean, with this, if it was just distorted, you can say, well, it's distorted. Probably wouldn't make any sense. But then Fritzy picked it up. And she was not at all surprised by it. Although it's Fritzy, but still. Do phones exist in this world? Remember way back in the earlier season, some pointing to watch over me. When Apple Bloom nut the way to the river of those pies, Appleset was all freeing, walked into the freeing, and told Free Building Studio that Rarity is on her way to watch them. So, I believe yes, or at least to an extent, they have something that will lead into phones. Because since Appleset flat out said Rarity is on her way, that means she told Rarity in some fashion over a long distance. So either it's Morris told, unless it's of course pigeons, you know, terrier pigeons, or they have a phone. So which of those three possibilities was it? I don't know. Is there anything else I would like to comment on? I don't know. This look made some reference, but I really don't know what they are. Yeah, I'm not, I don't know. Most of the stuff he referenced, it goes over my head. Overall, this is a good episode, and yeah, it damages Distort's character to some people, but you have to understand this is Distort. It is in his character to an extent, but in some aspects he was out of character, and I hope that is a theme that is going to stop. Especially this season. Anyways, Distort is Distort, and he is prone to anger. Especially if it's around further side, or just flat out not getting his way. He needs a lot of growing up to do. Further side even said it. He's not quite there yet to get his own phone at the 2D map. Oh God, if Starlight gets a phone at the 2D map, he is gonna be on a rampage. Oh well. I would like to see that rampage. Anyways, I thank you for watching. Hopefully I didn't bore you doing this. If there's anything else I would like to comment on, it will be in the description. But overall, I like this episode, and I hope to see more Starlight and Distorted. And I fully do wonder what the Mean6 went through that led them to immediately believe it was Distorted who faked the map. I don't know. Anyways, thank you for watching, as I'll see you in the next episode. And just remember this one thing. Do not mess with Starlight. If you so much use her past in not a very good way, basically, if you touch her past period to anger her, she will find out send you to Tartarus. Tartarus, actually, but I say Tartarus. Or she might just flat out tell you. Come back as it goes, she brings you back to life. I think really did that. Anyways, thank you for watching, as I'll see you in episode 15 or 14. I really want to know what number these episodes are. See you then. Oh yeah, wait, before I forget something. We saw a painting of a Sensing. A Sensing that was holding that one artifact. That makes me wonder a couple of things. One, who was that Sensing? And what does her artifact do? Is it just for us? Does it do anything? If so, what does it do? And considering that was original Sensing, I believe that we said corrupted Sensing, but this Sensing, it's just like a normal Sensing, has like a hood over its head. Was that Sensing good or evil? I mean, being the original black Sensing, you would assume maybe evil, because if she was good, or him, why didn't she, reform? I don't know. Is this still remembering an evil Sensing that did bad things? Did she get redeemed and honor her memory? That Sensing I really want to learn more about, and I want to know what her artifact does. So, yeah. I'm happy I remember that. It feels like these artifacts are not really kept at the stew, but Twilight merely borrowed them from, the ones who own them. Or they were kept at the castle and Celestia never told anybody. Celestia way back in Season 3. I'm not even gonna start that. If this Sensing shows up, or if we learn more about her, I'm gonna be very happy. I love the Sensings. And I would support Christmas no matter what. Unless it's just I'll have to choose over further say. No, well. See you guys in the next video, and if you notice any Easter eggs or anything that I might have missed, feel free to comment on them. Because, yeah, sometimes you miss things. Sometimes you don't, but you miss details in the foreground that you're supposed to focus on. Easter eggs are fun, but dang, can some of them be hard to find if you're not paying attention. See you in the next episode.